What up? It's your boy T-Bear here in reaction. Today's Films Friday. Now let's get to, we're going to be quick with the, and no side dish or none. We're going straight to the meat and potatoes. Now, I just said today will be a surprise kill count. Well, since I was so busy this week, I forgot to play poll up. So, and now that and so I can get done, I can do this day talk for this. It will be the other half of the video that was voted from last time. Last time we did a kill count for it out of hand, and it was between that and this other movie. So I'm just going to do this other movie as the kill count. That is none other than Happy Death Day. Now I heard about this movie, crazy concept and everything, but it's good to see this kill count and see the story about why this is happening. So it's like Groundhog Day but with death. So without further ado, let's check out Happy Death Day, and I wonder how you want to do this kill count concept, since I think the girl get killed numerous times. So let's get it.
Movie footage used in the kill count is owned entirely by the copyright holders. Dead Meat makes no claim of ownership and simply uses the footage for purposes of education, commentary, and criticism under fair use. Please support filmmakers and the art of filmmaking by watching Happy Death Day in its entirety on home media or streaming services where available. Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies. I'm James A. Janice, and today we're looking at Happy Death Day, released in 2017 by Blumhouse Productions. I'm doing this because today is, in fact, my birthday, and what better way to celebrate than by making more work for myself with an extra kill count? Wait a minute. Happy Death Day is a movie that blends a lot of genres. If you come into it expecting a straight slasher, you're bound to be disappointed. Instead, it might help to think of it as a romantic comedy with horror elements. And of course, a premise borrowed from the Bill Murray classic Groundhog Day. As you probably already know, Happy Death Day is about a girl who is murdered on the night of her birthday only to wake up back at the start of the same day. She finds herself in a seemingly endless loop as she tries to figure out who keeps killing her behind that babyface mask. And you know what? She might just learn a little bit about herself in the process. People have questioned how I would cover the kills in this movie, but it's pretty simple. I'm gonna count any kills that I see. Yeah, things get reset at the start of every morning, but I don't know, consider them like tangent timelines or some shit. Whatever makes you comfortable. So let's see how many happen in all the various time loops and get to them.
Oh, this is definitely slightly earlier.
The movie begins.
So this is like his earlier days, so he goes straight to it though. Like he hasn't he's like slowly coming to his own, but still like early James A. Janice with this one.
With the bell tower ringing. Our protagonist Tree, short for Teresa, wakes up in a dorm room with a real bad case of the blackout blues. And as her awesome ringtone reveals, it's her birthday. The dorm room belongs to this friendly dude Carter, who averts his eyes while she gets dressed and who has a Mystery Science Theater poster on his desk. So you already know this guy's a keeper. But Tree doesn't even remember his name. She was super shwasted last night and just wants to get back to her sorority house without running into any douchebags.
Dude, did you hit that fine vagina or what?
Too late. Her stride of pride is marked by a bunch of details that'll keep coming back during the movie.
Now hold a second. I'm trying to remember, was this I'm trying to remember when I first heard about it. I thought there was a girl that played young Jenny on Forrest Gump. I could be wrong. Let me double check real quick. Let me see. Yeah, I'm trying to figure was this the girl that played Jenny on the first one. Let me see. Oh, I'm wrong. I don't know why I thought that before. I thought that was her, but it's not her. Yeah, I'm not sure why I thought that at first. Maybe it's supposed to be her. It was supposed to be her originally. They changed the cast. Who knows? But anyway, let's get back to it.
You've got poorly dressed leering man, global warming petitioner gal, kids making out who become sprinkler victims, a car alarm going off, and some frat hazing that causes one bro to collapse to the ground. She runs into Tim, a dude who's obsessed she hasn't returned any of his texts, but dude.
Who takes their first date to Subway? It's not like you have a foot long.
She gets back to her sorority, Kappa Pi Alpha, where Tree's put upon roommate Lori, a nursing student, gives Tree a homemade birthday cupcake. But if you couldn't gather by now, Tree's not the nicest person.
What'd you wish for? A new roommate.
And she tosses the treat in the trash. Damn, Tree, why you acting like a shrub? At a lunch meeting, mean girl Kappa president Danielle berates a Kappa sister over her chocolate milk because it's too many Kappa calories. When the sister leaves the table upset, she bumps into Carter and spills the milk all over Tree's head. That's not how you water a tree, silly. Carter's there to return Tree's bracelet to her, but she doesn't get too sappy over it. Instead, she just gives him a not-so-happy death stare until he shirks away in shame. Tree heads to the campus hospital, where she ignores a birthday call from her dad and passes a security guard on on her way to the office of her professor, Gregory Butler, who shows up to talk to her about her recent test. Oh, wait, no, they're having an affair. A poorly timed affair, too, since Gregory's wife Stephanie is knocking at the door, and the look on her face says she's probably figured out what was going on inside that locked office. Tree also runs into Lori, who knows what Tree's doing there, and warns her that it might be dangerous.
I think something like this is bound to have some pretty serious consequences.
That night, while Danielle tells Tree not to be late to a frat party they're going to, they experience a rolling blackout. That doesn't stop Tree from getting dressed in her finest and walking through the dark campus alone while she listens to a voicemail from her dad, upset that she missed a birthday lunch with him. She comes across a tunnel full of traffic lights and a birthday music box in the middle. But when she goes to inspect it further, a baby-faced person in a black hoodie appears at the end of the tunnel. They run off, only to shortly drop down in a jump scare and chase Tree with a knife. We get our first happy death of the movie when the killer appears behind Tree, standing over her and bringing a knife down into her head. We never see the impact or the actual
Tree
death,
first
since
time.
that could be kind of weird with the whole reset thing. Tree wakes up to the bell tower ringing, and she's in the same place as before, with Carter doing his good guy thing and her phone playing that awesome ringtone again. She's a little confused and pushes past the fine vagina bro as she sets out to repeat her day. Creeper guy? Check. Global warming gale?
Check.
Sprinklers, car alarm, collapse due to hazing? Check. At least that means another chance to eat Lori's delicious birthday cupcake, but Tree's too freaked out to indulge, so she leaves without even blowing out the candle. One day she'll appreciate your culinary skills, Lori. While zoning out at the lunchtime Kappa congregation, Tree notices a stand selling the Bayfield baby mask, which, by the way, is an awful mascot for a college.
That
She wants to
is.
watch a bunch of drunk babies stumbling around campus. Actually, now that I say it, it sounds kind of fun. She heads to Dr. Adulterer to ask him about her current condition. He attacks her neck before she can ask anything at all, and the consultation ends with another close call from Stephanie showing up to the office. That night in her room, Tree watches a Compton video on her phone of her and her mom enjoying a birthday cake together. Danielle comes in to be a pain, and the rolling blackout occurs again. And then Tree is back outside on her way to the party. But this time, when she runs into the Halloween Horror Nights scare tunnel, she wisely turns around and takes a different path to the frat house where there's supposed to be a party going on. Maybe it's one of those silent discos in the dark. Or maybe there's a baby face in the doorway.
shit.
Bam! Bitch went down. Too bad.
Surprise?
The punch is played off as a victory, and the party gets going. Oh shit, they playing Hold'em? This is my kind of party. Tree is chatting with her frenemy when Nick, the dude who got punched in the babyface mask, shows up. Danielle is super into him, even though it's obvious he'd rather be a tree climber.
You know
Right.
exactly what you're doing, Tree.
What am I doing, Danielle?
Tree winds up in Nick's bedroom that's home to a bunch of rooster posters and a big blue bong, Snoochie Boochies. While she looks in the mirror, a friggin' baby face appears. Wow, watch out, Tree. Not because it's the killer, but because it's Nick, with a real shitty pickup line for her.
Welcome to the Pleasure Dome.
The Pleasure Dome is apparently a gaudy place with subpar techno music where Nick feels free to dance like he's rolling at a music festival, which is to say poorly. The loud music makes it so he doesn't hear a baby face coming out of the closet behind him. And as Tree texts with Danielle, Nick gets stabbed a whole bunch of times in the background. He dies, and after a bit of confusion over the baby face thing, Tree sees his body on the ground. Looks like his crash came earlier than expected. Tree's second death isn't far behind, since after a short fight, the killer breaks the blue bong against the headboard and raises it high above their head to stab her with. Again, we don't see the point of impact, so if you're here looking for a bunch of gruesome kills, you picked the wrong movie. Tree wakes up in Carter's bed again, and now that it's the third time she's done it, she is understandably wigging out, as relayed to us through the shaky camera that captures her by now well-known morning trip through the quad. Despite how crazy she knows it'll sound, Tree confides in Lori about what's going on, and tries to convince her it's legit by saying she knows about the cupcake and the surprise party that night. She even tries to tell Lori about her ultimate concern.
Lori, somebody's gonna kill me tonight.
But Lori thinks Tree just isn't feeling well and recommends that she stay inside that night, so Tree does, boarding up her windows and blocking her door, all in an effort to stay safe. But on her desk, she finds a black envelope with a birthday card, and the spinning baby face inside is accompanied by a threatening message. The TV turns off unexpectedly, and Tree gets concerned, so she grabs a hammer to defend herself with. Good thing she does, because here comes Babyface, slashing at her with a knife. Hammer knocks them down temporarily, but Tree's door blockade bites her in the ass when Babyface charges her and stabs her through the door with a knife, giving us the third Tree kill of the movie. Damn, we needs us a Lorax up in this bitch. She wakes up again, but she seems to be more messed up, and not just mentally. Why's her stomach hurt like that? And why's her vision got the weird distortion and blurriness to it while she runs around witnessing the usual series of unfortunate events? When Carter runs after her to return her clothes, she breaks down and asks him for help. She explains everything to him off screen, and although he's skeptical, he's willing to entertain the idea and suggests that maybe this is all happening today because it's her birthday. We also find out that Carter meets the minimum standard of decency.
For the record, I didn't take advantage of you last night, okay?
I slept on Ryan's bed.
That's right, they never slept together because she was too wasted. Take note, dudes, Carter's a righteous horror character to emulate. He helps kick off the fun and game segment of the movie when he says that since Tree has unlimited lives, she has unlimited opportunities to figure out who the murderer is. Cue a music-filled montage. Tree makes a list of possible suspects and starts checking names off. Nixon knows since she saw him get killed already. Next is Tim, who's angry at her for ignoring his texts, but when she spies on him the night of her murder, all she discovers is that the dude is into gay porn. A fact that makes a whole lot of sense to her in a very funny moment of the film. It's followed immediately by her getting killed for the 4th time by Babyface with a gut stab. Damn it, Tree, you could have ripped that mask off right now. But we're still in montage mode here, so no time for conclusions. On her next pass, she cuts her hair and goes all Kappa Commando to spy on Stephanie, Dr. Gregory's wife. But it doesn't look like she's the murderer either, since the real killer shows up and tackles Tree into a fountain, overwatering her and drowning her in it to give us the 5th Tree kill of the movie. Next is Danielle, and during the investigation, Tree discovers that the envelope with the threatening birthday card came from her. She tackles Danielle into the street, but their scuffle is interrupted by an oncoming bus that hits and kills both of them, giving us another pair of kills to add on the count. I'm not sure why that little incident disqualifies Danielle from the suspect list, but we've got to end this montage, and the last kill comes from a simple baseball bat to the head that has a fun little transition from the end of the day back to the beginning, knocking Tree right back into her last save point in Carter's bed. She wakes up once more with a splitting headache and a lot of other pain going on too, so much so that when Fine Vagina walks in, she straight up collapses on top of him. She wakes up that night to Carter visiting her in the campus hospital, and after the rolling blackout happens right on schedule, Dr. Gregory is in the room, telling Carter to go on and get, because visiting hours are over. Gregory says her x-rays show signs of insane trauma that by all accounts means she should be dead as fuck. So although she keeps resetting to the same morning after each death, the continual kills have taken a toll on her body. She sneaks her way out of her hospital room, but when Gregory finds her, he becomes another non-Tree victim after Babyface shows up behind him and stabs him with a knife. Sucks you got backstabbed, dude, but now you know how your wife feels, right? Babyface chases Tree down the hospital hallway and into the parking garage, but she's able to just barely escape them and drive away in her car, leaving them staring after her in the garage. She drives down the road in jubilation, but it's a short-lived celebration since she gets pulled over for speeding. She gets the idea that a jail cell will keep her safe from Babyface, so she fesses up to a false charge of driving under the influence.
I'm drunk.
You are.
Wasted. And I'm high. You know, pills, weed, you name it, man, I'm on it.
The very confused police officer kindly complies and arrests her, but after he puts her in the back of his cruiser, Tree's plan hits a snag because he gets hit by a speeding car. It's a pretty great kill that comes out of nowhere, as long as you didn't watch too many trailers, which I did. So thanks, marketing, you totally spoiled this scene for me. The reckless driver is, of course, Babyface, and for this happy death, we get a less stabby, more splody kill after they drop a birthday candle out the window of their car. The fire follows the trail of gas leading back to the damaged police car, and trapped inside, Tree gets blown up to die for the 8th time. Damn, I think she's past Rasputin at this point. She wakes up, downs all of Carter's Tylenol, then tells him about her time loop again, proving it to him quickly by calling out the sprinklers, the car alarm, and the sleepy frat boy. They go to a diner where she takes advantage of his inevitable memory wipe.
Lord, really? Oh man, she took it.
Did you get all out?
Lord.
You won't remember it anyway.
Their conversation turns from airy to serious after she ignores another call from her dad and reveals that her mom had shared a birthday with her but died 3 years ago. That's why she's been avoiding her dad's calls and his scheduled birthday lunch. This day is a tough one for her. Tree says that her repeated lives has made her realize who she is.
I'm not a good person, Carter.
Good to know, but tough to change, especially when each death leaves her weaker than before. The diner TV has a news story on about John Toombs, a murderer being treated at the campus hospital. And after seeing his other tree-looking victims, she remembers the security guard in the hospital hallway and figures it must be John Toombs who's been killing her. She runs to the hospital just in time to see the security guard go into Toombs' room. And after arming herself with an emergency axe, she follows to find that, yes indeed, the security guard got killed courtesy of a knife in the back. I don't mean to tell you how to do your job or anything, dude, but he got stabbed in the back by a guy in a hospital bed that you were supposed to be guarding. Might want to be more careful next time around. Babyface John Toombs comes out of hiding and starts to shoot at Tree. She manages to escape, but the hospital receptionist is not so lucky, catching a bullet and getting killed in the hallway. Or maybe she was able to survive being in a hospital and all, but I know how much y'all like big kill numbers, so let's throw her on the list. Fuck it. John Toombs catches up to Tree and takes off his mask to give the moment more weight, but before he can get another kill, he gets tackled to the ground by Carter. Tree tries to shoot John, but the gun doesn't work for her, so John's able to grab Carter and do the twist with his neck, breaking it and killing the poor lad right there in the hospital hallway as Tree looks on in horror. Another chase scene ensues that Tree takes to the bell tower. She manages to get the jump on John and knock him him down with a crowbar to the face, but then she realizes that if she survives the day, Carter will be forever dead. She drops the crowbar and runs past John Toombs to do some self-deforestation with a noose around her neck. She falls down the bell tower shaft to hang herself and give us yet another tree kill to add to the count. She wakes up with a crick in the neck and is super relieved to find Carter alive and just as boyish as ever.
I don't know if you remember my name.
Carter.
Yeah.
Aw, these two are cute. Because she has it all figured out, she's in a great mood, even when it comes to find Vagina Bro.
Naughty boy.
And that's not all. She's signing petitions, warning kids about sprinklers, and even setting down a fluffy landing pad for the frat bro. When she runs into Tim, she tells him he should stop pretending to be someone he's not.
You go out there and get yourself a fine piece of man ass.
Yeah, you go, Tim. She's also able to finally apologize to Lori for being such a crappy roommate and promises that she'll be better. She even breaks off her affair with Dr. Gregory, who's unsurprisingly a dick in response. But that don't bother Tree, she's busy with all that character growth. Later on, she makes birthday dinner plans with Carter and finally meets her dad for that birthday lunch. So many birthday meals going on. There's a pretty touching scene between daughter and dad as they talk about her mom and how much they both miss her, and how it was wrong of Tree to ignore her dad as a way to avoid dealing with the grief. They make up, and yeah, man, it's a real sweet moment. This movie's definitely not just a standard horror movie. With all that emotional closure out of the way, Tree sets a timer and puts her plan into action. She goes to the hospital and pulls a knife on the security guard in a roundabout way of making him go get help against the soon-to-be escaped convict he's guarding. Then she goes and just tries to straight up shoot John Toombs to death in his sleep. But again, the gun doesn't work for her, and Toombs wakes up to give her some firearm instruction.
Safety's on, little girl.
During the ensuing fight, he ends up throwing her against the wall all crazy, but her timer goes off and it turns out it was to warn her of the rolling blackout. When the lights come back on, the safety's off and Tree fires a few rounds into John Toombs, killing him in self-defense? I'm not sure what the legal situation is here, Tree. You did kind of wake that dude up and try to preemptively kill him. Her mission accomplished, Tree celebrates in her room with Carter and her Kappa cupcake. She's finally gonna get to enjoy it. Her birthday wish is a simple one.
Tomorrow.
But after she blows out the candle, well, it fades to black and she wakes up back in Carter's bed. Son of a bitch! So listen, that means that she died, and I'll add it to the count here. Since I don't want to spoil the ending just yet, I'm gonna leave the means by which she was killed a mystery for now. Deal with it. It's actually really sad. All that good person stuff she had been doing on her last speed run never actually happened now. She runs back home to pack her bags so she can run as far away as she can, and that's when Lori tries to give her the usual birthday cupcake.
Thanks, but I already ate it last night.
Then Tree realizes she died in her sleep from a poisoned cupcake. All those times Tree didn't eat the cupcake, Lori had to find other ways to kill her, and with John Toombs in the same hospital she worked at, she was able to use him as a scapegoat, letting him escape with a knife and mask so everyone would assume he was the one who killed Tree. But he ain't been the babyface lumberjack, it's been Lori the whole time. Lori attacks Tree and reveals her motivation. She's also been having an affair with Dr. Gregory and is pissed that he likes Tree more than her. They wrestle around the room for a little bit before Tree gives Lori a taste of her own medicine while quoting Chelsea from the first Drunk Disney episode.
Eat it, bitch!
With a poisoned cupcake in the mouth and a swinging chandelier Kappa kick, Tree knocks Lori out of the window and Kappa kills her, which again is bound to present some insane legal issues. Tree force-fed a poisoned cupcake to her roommate and threw her out the window to her death. But this movie's not trying to delve into all that. Instead, we just see a happy ending where Tree is talking to her dad again and maintaining her relationship with Carter. Things are so good, they even get meta for a minute.
Wow.
Your little scenario reminds me.
What?
The movie Groundhog Day
Groundhog Day. Man.
with Bill Murray.
Who's Bill Murray?
But then, wait, why is that bell tower ringing like always? Tree wakes up in Carter's bed and things look real familiar. Cause Carter's just fucking with her. Oh, Carter, you're such a clown. The movie ends with a Kappa kiss on Carter's bed and a zoom in on his door where there's a very poignant bumper sticker. So yeah, most of these deaths didn't stick, but let's not miss the forest for the tree. There were still plenty of kills and I can show you at the numbers.
Wow.
So yeah, most of these deaths didn't stick, but let's not miss the forest for the tree. There were still plenty of kills and I can show you at the numbers. So
You're a mess. You're a mess. You're a fool.
I'll show you at the numbers. So,
All right, for real, let's get the numbers.
okay. There were 19 deaths in Happy Death Day, an impressive number that's mostly due to the victims constantly resetting. Out of the victims, 13 were women and 6 were men, a rare occurrence on the kill count of more lady victims, but that's mostly because so many of them were Tree. With a runtime of 96 minutes, we had a kill on average just about every 5 minutes, a pretty quick pace thanks to that montage in the middle. I'll give the golden chainsaw for coolest kill to tree death number 2. It's not on screen, but it's a death via broken bong. Of course that beats the other tame kills here. The machete for lamest kill will be the hospital receptionist who just got shot one time in the chest and died. And that's it. Happy Death Day came out in 2017 and already has a sequel in the works. In fact, they're starting to film this very month. I hope you all enjoyed my birthday gift back to you for my 29th birthday. Yes, I know, death is coming for me soon. But until that happens, I'm James A. Janice. This has been the Kill Count. So yeah, come on! Thanks a lot for watching my birthday Kill Count.
Alright, so yeah. This was the time he's doing a Saul. Okay. But this was a good one. This was good. It's just I was like wondering how this incident though, and that twist at the end was like nice. I like it. So definitely we'll do Happy Death Day sometime soon. Not so when. And this after the next week I will put the try to put the polls up earlier, okay? So other than that, here goes your surprise kill count. So if you like my reaction, like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's your boy T-Bear signing off. One love.